Now this car, the one thing that makes it so special is the fact that it has been driven 94,000 kilometers, and that is literally the highest mileage clocked on a GLE 43 AMG in this country. So what is up, you guys? Welcome to the channel. I'm Mercedes GLE, and today I have my man GLE right here with me. What is happening, bro?
What's up, man?
And I'm right now at his house, which is La Repose, with his phenomenal GLE 43 AMG that's right here. So Hakam, tell us more about it. I want to know what yours is first of all.
So this is a 2016.
Yes.
I believe it's the first one delivered in Mumbai.
Awesome. That's like the pork that you have with it, that's just going to be carried along now.
It is.
The first ever delivery that happened on this vehicle in Mumbai city. And it also carries, the biggest thing about it is the mileage, isn't it? What are we looking at? 94k plus, which is the highest mileage clocked on this vehicle in the country. So what's the farthest you've taken this vehicle to?
The farthest
The road trip of
my
sorts.
dad has taken it to is Punjab.
Punjab.
Yep.
And any kind of problems or whatever you encountered?
On the road trips on the multiple road trips we've been on, absolutely no problems.
Nothing to do with these massive 21-inch wheels and the tires or whatever, that's all right. And of course, ground clearance, looking at the monstrous size that it has and how high it is, I'm sure that mustn't have been any issue.
That's not an issue.
So Hakam, speaking of the power figures on your car, what does it make?
It makes 367 horsepower and 520 Newton meters of torque.
And I think that's pretty sufficient, even though this vehicle weighs like what, 2.2 tons to propel it in the next dimension.
Yep.
That's a massive power. Now let's quickly take a look at what's underneath the hood. All right, we have the nice little AMG red stripe in the middle of it. So this is a 3-liter V6 biturbo?
Yes.
All right. 4MATIC all-wheel drive setup.
Yep.
Brilliant. Super clean looking, despite it's what now, 8 years old?
8 years old, yeah.
Fantastic. And I could literally tell the man's a proper keeper of his cars. So Hakam, I'm about to ask you some sensitive bits, stuff that's actually pinched your pocket in your ownership experience with the GLE out here. So could you probably elaborate on something that's really hurt you?
So it's been reliable for most of the kilometers. One tiny issue I've had is an oil filter leaking, which wasn't a massive deal. I mean, I had to flatbed the car, but I got it fixed in like a week.
All right. So there was an oil leak issue that occurred. But other than that, you'd be like, the car is just simply spanking good to go.
It's really reliable for us.
And that's fantastic. Looking at 94k plus kilometers, that is epic. That really is. So now the rear end, I particularly love the way it looks. You got this little bit of a blackened out lip spoiler as well running there, but the chunkiness, the bulbous stuff that it really goes along with, it's totally enunciated on the rear. Got the quad tip exhaust at the rear, and then of course, what have you done out here? Hakam, could you please tell us?
That says GLE.
It's GLE in Punjabi. And he's totally done a complete D-badge clean look. There's no 450, no 43, no AMG, none of that stuff's going on there, because what's important is GLE after all. So could we just simply take a look at the boot space as well that's in there? Nice. So if you want to lower it, if you've got some heavy luggage, you could even lower it and
No, you can't do that. There's no button for it.
Okay. There's massive amount of space in here. Yeah? You could carry a hell lot of stuff, probably even fold down those rear seats, which I think fold in the 40-60 split. And probably you could even have a good time sleeping in there.
I don't think I'll be trying that anytime soon.
But you know, if you're camping or something, and
Maybe, yeah.
it's not a bad idea, because I would really feel it could accommodate a nice, comfy mattress. Let's get out of here.
Let's go.
Oh, we gotta shut the boot though. So before we head off on a drive, I would definitely want to hear how it sounds when you start it up, and probably give it some good revs. Make us hear it in the Sport Plus mode.
Sure, let's go.
Alright, that's crackling. Yeah, that sounds quite the exhaust. So Hakam, one final question about the exhausters now. Have you done any kind of alterations to it or whatever? It's just simply a stock exhaust.
It's completely stock.
We're moving in your baby, the GLE. Initially, Hakam, this was called the GLE 450.
Yes, this one was called the GLE 450. This is the 2016 one. So they rebadged it, I think, the next year.
And we have quite a few drive modes to play with as well. So currently I'm in the comfort mode, then we also have a sport, we have a sport plus, and there's also a slippery mode, and then we've got an individual configuration because this car packs in the dynamic dampers and stuff like that.
So what made you all pick this car in particular?
Practicality with what my dad needed when he bought this. I think this was
It ticked off all the
Ticked
boxes.
off all the boxes.
The AMG on these vehicles have been pretty notorious. They tend to fail and cause the owner hell or expensive bills to pay out of their pockets. But this one, despite having clocked more than 94,000, has got its AMG functioning perfectly. And that's kind of amazing. Cannot wait to just simply flick it into sport and hear what this V6 is all about. Instant surge of power. You can feel the vehicle just simply inclining on its rear wheels. If you look at the exterior completely, it appears like though I'm going for war, because that's how it's been built. It's just simply so monstrous. I mean, the words can't really express. You probably have to put like monstrous, behemoth, mammoth, everything together, and that's when you'd probably be able to describe what the GLE 43 looks like out here. It weighs around 2,280 kgs. Pushing it into corners or whatever, I wouldn't really consider that great. The one thing that really amazes me are these brakes, because to stop a vehicle which is like literally 2.2 tons, you need some massive brakes. So we have floating calipers both at the front as well as the rear axle with these ventilated discs. The pads are nice and thick, give you that braking performance. And with regards to the top speed now, what have you clocked?
See, my dad's gonna be watching this video, so I don't think I can say. But my dad has done 250 comfortably.
Oh, and that is actually the top speed on this vehicle, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Let's quickly now dip into the Sport Plus mode. The dampers as well adjust, the steering adjusts to it. You can just simply clearly take a look out there on that command infotainment system that's there by Mercedes. Oh yeah, it farts, it downshifts so responsibly. It literally puts the driver into complete control to realize that you don't even need to touch these paddles at the back out here right now in the Sport Plus mode. And it just simply keeps burbling, crackling all the way. I feel the gearbox is super responsive, and it really is such an intuitive setup.
Makes the driver feel so connected to the vehicle. Now in terms of the fuel economy, what are we looking at?
Let's say we're just coasting in comfort mode, just basic.
Posting in comfort mode, I think you can get around, let's say 7 or 8 if you're like really baby.
Okay. Which means we're
usually-
like barely abusing the accelerator pedal then.
Yeah.
And then if you're, let's say, Sport Plus, then it can obviously go down into the nasty 3, 4s.
Even 2s.
Or okay. Would you ever think of letting go of this thing?
Letting go, yeah, we have been looking to sell it. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, just waiting for the right price and the right buyer.
Right. But I'm sure that's gonna be it'll pull on your heartstrings, I'm sure,
It will. I've got a lot of memories
associated with this.
Yeah, I sort of learned how to drive on this car.
Oh, this is quite the loner then.
Yeah, it is.
That is literally the drive of the GLE 43 450, it was also well known as. So that was our drive with the GLE 43 right here. Super thanks to my man Hakam for being so kind enough to wake up this early on a Sunday morning and provide us with his fancy wheels. He's got quite a few cars, and I think if you guys do like, subscribe, and definitely comment something down in this video, I think Hakam would be pretty much happy to hand us over his other wheels as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, absolutely. I'm Raspreet Gill, this is Hakam Gill, and I will see you all for the next one.